The Army's strategy for the environment links three key elements of a long-range vision for sustaining the mission and securing the future. James Williams reports.
Army leaders believe sustainability relies on sound business and environmental practices that effectively promote the triple bottom line: mission, environment, and community. One critical aspect of the Army's sustainability program is training areas. Maintaining those directly affects the Army's ability to accomplish its mission
keep going!
and remain combat ready.
But also, equally if not more important, to preserve the land and the natural resources, and to do it in a way that provides those training areas, those ranges, those drop zones, those landing zones, for future generations of American soldiers on which to train.
Soldiers at Fort Jackson were unable to train some days because of flooding, so the Environmental Division created ways to control water runoff and reduce Mother Nature's impact. Fort Jackson soldiers will no longer lose valuable training days, even after heavy rains. Another element of the triple bottom line is the environment. Installations use best practices to learn how best to implement programs, share knowledge, and transfer technology. According to Army officials, much of the sustainability movement relies on best practices at the grassroots level.
And what that means is that on the ground, it's finding best management practices or finding solutions to the concerns and the issues at a local installation tailored to that particular installation.
At Fort Drum, for example, they tailored cultural resources programs specifically for soldiers deploying to the Middle East. Mock cemeteries and decks of cards help soldiers learn about culturally sensitive areas. Fort Carson serves as a prime example of how Army installations can partner with local communities to save money and resources while being good neighbors. Fort Carson turned a former landfill site into a 12-acre solar array. It's the largest in the Army. The solar array generates about 2.3% of Fort Carson's annual energy consumption. It's enough to power about 540 homes a year.
So I think that gives you a pretty powerful image in terms of the things that we're doing, on the leading edge to try to harness renewable energy.
Fort Carson leased the land and locked into a flat utility rate for 17 years. Officials there believe they'll save the Army about $300,000 over that 17-year period. The solar array project assists Colorado's efforts to comply with a 2005 law that requires the state to use 10% of its energy from renewable sources by 2015 and 20% by 2020. Army leaders say the triple bottom line focuses on today's needs while anticipating tomorrow's challenges. James Williams, Washington.